Hello everybody. I just thought I'd make a very quick video just reacting to and expressing my congratulations to the winner of the Women's Prize for Fiction 2025, which is, of course, The Safekeep by Yael van der Wouden and van der Wouden, which I've just realised I've been saying completely wrong, so I apologise for previous videos. Yael van der Wouden. I am absolutely pleased, very, very pleased that this has won. It was my favourite of the books on the shortlist, and it was also my prediction as well. So it turns out I'm not as bad at predicting these things as I initially thought I was. When I read The Safekeep last year, I immediately thought this was a very, very special book. And one of the reasons it's such a special book is partly the atmosphere. So this is a creepy, eerie, unsettling book that actually has surprising levels of, I'm going to sneeze, so much pollen! Anyway, this book has surprising levels and layers of warmth and depth to it, especially for such a short little book. It's the story of, well, it's mainly the story of two women, Isabel and Eva, who end up living in the same house together. It's the house that Isabel grew up in, and since her mother passed away, she's been living in the house, looking after it for her brother, who technically owns it, and keeping everything nice and tidy, nice and safe. Then Eva, who is a lot more outgoing, completely different character to Isabel. She's Isabel's brother's girlfriend, and she kind of invites herself along to the house, and she's being really friendly with Isabel, and Isabel's not really having any of it. She's very spiky. She does not want this other woman in her space, and she can't wait for her brother to get back home. So you've just got this atmospheric tale of these two women moving around each other in this house and their own kind of idiosyncrasies, and it's unsettling and it feels really, like I say, eerie. And I honestly had, when I started reading this book, it's one of those few books that I had absolutely no idea where it was going. I had no idea if it was going to be a romance. I had no idea if there were going to be twists. I was completely baffled, and the way that this book developed was extraordinary, and I loved it. And it's a very, like, in many ways it's a very quiet story, but also very powerful. And I'm not going to say anything about it because I really think the less you know about this book going into it, the better. And it really is truly a very special story, and I'm really hoping that it's winning the Women's Prize will bring it to an even wider audience, because it was truly lovely, and I'm so pleased that it's won. I'm absolutely over the moon for it. I think you should all check out her acceptance speech. It's very, very lovely. It's very sweet, and yeah, I'm so pleased. Congratulations, well deserved. And yeah, it's like I say, it's one of those that I can't do a full-length video on because I don't want to give too much away. There are elements of erotica here, which is lovely. It's very like literary erotica. It's all very like Sarah Waters, that kind of vibe. It's delightfully queer. The characters are all very believable, very different from each other, and yeah, it's just, yeah, I'm very, very pleased that it's got the recognition. It was, yeah, truly was a brilliant read. Of course, the Women's Prize for Non-Fiction has also been announced. I really don't have any authority at all on the Women's Prize for Non-Fiction because I haven't been following it. I've got too many books on my TBR. I'm reading a lot of non-fiction outside of that as well. But the winner was The Story of a Heart by Rachel Clark, and I will definitely be checking that one out. I read one of her books shortly after the pandemic, Breathtaking, which really does bring the pandemic from a healthcare professional's point of view to life. So that was a fantastic book, and I'm sure that her latest book is going to be similarly fantastic. So yeah, well done to both of the winners. I wish I could have watched it all live, but unfortunately my phone was conspiring against me. I wasn't able to find it, and I kept getting error messages, and yeah, so I'm there sat in the garden trying to find it, and all my friends were saying kind of, tell us who won, and we're getting teased and trolled. So Lenny, if you're watching this, thanks for that 5 minutes of tension. I do not appreciate it. Anyway, I am looking forward to the Booker announcement, which will be coming hopefully in about a month's time for the long list. But in the meantime, I'm going to finish off the rest of the short list, kick back, relax, and I will be going to see Yael van der Wouden at Waterstones next month, hopefully. I already have the hardback copy. So I'll have myself a nice little paperback version to go with it. This one got a little bit soggy. I was reading it in the rain. That's quite romantic, isn't it? Reading a book in the rain. So it gets all crinkly. I quite like that. Ooh! I've just noticed the end papers. Oh. I love the cover of this one as well. It's beautiful. Anyway, happy reading, everybody, and if you haven't read the Safekeep already, you absolutely should. It's phenomenal. Take care.